Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan. Here basically are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation basically are discussing another topic that is India account. India account basically we are discussing SBI account and Amazon account. And after 2 days, basically the big earthquake is going to happen. From satellite person, one of the person basically fast basically he was moving basically, and he asked the question to Sunil Anand. Basically, Sunil basically you got the job basically, and then basically you got your marriage basically, and then basically you started your next generation basically. So like this basically started and you started your income basically in Vadodara city basically. So here Sunil Abnand still not basically started the next generation and still basically the Vadodara city has not given me the income basically. So after that basically immediately left. And Sunil Nair basically still basically I have not got the job. So one of the person told that what is the land area of Vadodara city basically? From satellite only basically he told that. So Sunil Nair told that this is the land area. Then basically he immediately basically started some other task and he captured the data of Vadodara land area. So that is basically now from this basically we started. So one of the person told that the lava data basically which is dumped inside the land basically that is created by the software companies and they have dumped the software companies condition basically, right? And here the child which is going to happen basically that condition is already passed in universe basically. So one of the person told that what is this here basically. So here basically mismatch will not happen basically. One of the person basically told that basically here mismatch is not going to happen. That is also there, na basically. Mismatch basically is not going to happen basically. That is the one of the thing basically he asked. So one of the person told that might be possible that mismatch might happen. But in mismatch basically the earthquake basically are always active. So one of the person told that if you are doing any creation of projects, immediately basically the earthquake activates. But at that second, basically, the earthquake doesn't come. Basically, your power, basically, whatever the things basically you are doing inside the project, basically, that energies are collected, and in that, basically, the earthquake data are also collected, and that basically are collected by the power company, energy company, nuclear power company, and then basically when the data basically gets entered into the city, basically, that time basically the earthquake happens. So earthquake basically comes. That is a natural process and that is basically done by human both human only. So power company know that basically this earthquake basically has came due to this reason. So exactly reason basically they know, exact reason basically they know. So here what is this thing basically? Here the thing is whatever thing basically is going to do in the earth planet, that 100 crore child, that is already defined in the already basically done by basically done in the planet basically. So that is basically shocking basically. That is actually equal to replica basically, but there is no word basically, English word basically. This is a technical word. Replica is a technical word. Whatever things basically they are going to do exactly that basically here, Earth planet had that 100 crore child is going to do. There basically they have already ended. And after that also basically process might be there basically, but we basically don't know. After up to what level the processes are there. So one of the person told that like this basically the IT industry basically have lots of project basically. Lots of project basically are there in the pipeline basically and this is also one of the project basically, but this type of project basically nobody take the risk. Why? Because this is the future basically, this is the future data basically which is going, which basically has not yet came basically. So projects basically are what basically, that is our investment only na, basically software industry basically they do the investment basically, that all are the future investment basically. But few software basically that are connected with the retail industry, they basically money basically gets immediately. That the money basically are recovered immediately basically. That money basically are got immediately. So one of the person told that after this video basically, he told that basically entire world basically which is created, that will we have to end, or basically we have to create again anything basically, or we can modify the thing basically. Few people told that also basically because nuclear power plant basically. So one of the person told that first world war basically person got activated, and he told that basically we have to do change basically in that data also basically. Sunil basically you have to do that basically. So you have to collect basically first world war nuclear data, second world war nuclear data, and you have to recorrect that basically, and then only basically jump into the third world war nuclear data. Otherwise basically that will create more problem basically. So everywhere basically the changes basically. For example, I will take one example, then basically it will be clear. Assume that basically you are going to dump one nuclear missile basically in third world war, somewhere in some country basically, where people basically exist and news channel basically are also activated. But that basically you have to do when basically when this one first world war and second world war data of the nuclear data will be cleared according to this current requirement basically. That is 100 crore child is going to happen. That data is already prepared in the other planet. Here the DTT ka injection also basically got changed. Corona injection also basically changed. Then each and every human needs basically tomato or potato, these, that, each and every human needs basically got changed. Why? Because this thing basically nobody knows that basically. This thing basically nobody knows that basically. So that might possible that some group basically are very active basically. Like Bollywood industry. Bollywood industry basically prepares that kind of movies, you will not believe that basically. For example, one system is created by one of the person. Assume that basically potato who the person, one of the company basically software company created potato. So that is going to produce this whole thing basically. That this whole idea, this whole activity is going to do. The Bollywood group have basically many experts group also. They will suggest that basically this is error, this is error. So for that also basically they create the movie basically. So this is one set basically. This is one set basically. In that set basically the error data is also there. But they have to, they basically can't directly display the movie basically. Um, Display the movie means you can't say, they basically can't say that basically this is the error. But censor board basically approves that. Why? Because they also say that basically this is the error. So you can just imagine basically union of the movies, union of the Bollywood group. Basically. So that is also different point basically. So here basically the thing is what 100 crore child going to happen, which data is already prepared. That means I am going to die basically after a certain time. That data is also basically prepared by some group basically. And here Microsoft is telling that basically we have added our condition and we are going to control everything of that particular person. Like one 10 crore projects is are also basically three. So one of the person told that yeah, world is going which side basically. World basically is going which side basically. Our planet basically is growing or basically it's going to be finished. Two things is going to happen basically in this case. Our planet will grow in universe, or our planet basically, our planet current generation basically will end. Because they have taken over basically the entire control of universe with their hand. If that is good, then basically it's okay basically. Otherwise, basically the universe group only basically will end the world. But mostly basically they will not end. Why? Because there are lots of tasks basically which is yet to do basically. So mostly basically universe group will not end the world so easily basically. Because they have to do their task. They have to do their task. because they have prepared. See, basically, the planet is prepared, the energies are prepared. So basically, it's not a basically huge basically investment basically of the time basically in universe basically time investment basically are done basically. So one of the person told us, Sunil, in this basically, if your generation basically has ended, then how basically the scenario will be? That is also very dangerous question basically. How the scenario will be? Because somebody has from Mumbai basically has ended your generation, and second family member basically has tracked that basically, and they told that basically Sunil, your Nasbandi has done basically. Then Sunil Narnayan told that no, basically Nasbandi has not done basically. My generation has not ended. So in this scenario basically, what are the things basically going to happen? In really basically my generation basically has not ended. I'm just taking as an example. So in this scenario basically, in 100 crore project, 100 crore child which is going to happen, in that basically, Sunilar Nair basically data is already ended. So anything is going to affect basically in that area and to that planet area. If assume that basically in that planet basically that was not written, that Sunilar Nair generation will not have. And here basically the Earth planet people basically, that is the Indian nationality basically, they ended Sunilar Nair generation. So what are the things basically going to happen basically now? So anything is going to affect basically. One of the person told that anything is going to affect because you are not getting job. You are basically resume basically somebody has blocked your mobile number basically somebody has blocked. You are basically few groups basically are telling that basically we will give you job and then basically they blocks your resume, they blocks your biodata, they blocks your number. So this all power basically who gives here basically one person basically is trying for job and basically the government basically give this type of power basically in the Supreme Court, High Court also basically approves that basically. That is basically very strange here basically. That means searching job basically that is a pap basically. You are doing basically pap. So earning income basically that is a pap basically in India. In India basically if you are earning money basically that means you are doing some pap basically. Pap means you are doing some bad thing basically. So one of the person told that satellite person told that I have collected the land size basically of Vadodara city. Let me see basically anything basically I can do in this Vadodara land. Because problem basically is in Vadodara city only. Problem is in Vadodara city only. Problem is in Vadodara city only. Your number basically is getting blocked. You are basically not getting job. The people basically were telling that basically I will give you job. They are also basically blocked, telling that basically we will try, we are trying. Somebody is telling that basically your number basically I have tried, but your number basically was not reachable. So that time basically my email address was not active. My LinkedIn address basically was not active. That is also question basically. Few people says that basically, yeah, basically I tried your number basically, but your number basically was not active. But LinkedIn ID was there, then email address was there. So somebody basically telling that basically we were basically trying for you basically. So this is the trying basically. So that is basically different thing basically. So here one of the person told that you are basically not getting job. That is also basically done by the universe basically. your generation basically has ended by Indian nationality. That is also written by generation. That is also written by the universe basically from that planet basically. That is also question basically. Arvind. Your generation basically has ended by Indian nationality with the help of other group basically because only Indian nationality basically can't do this. So set of groups basically are there. So one of the percentage who might be that group? Yeah? That is also there basically. Who might be that group basically? Who might be that group basically? So one of the person told that let me basically do something basically. I have collected the Vadodara land size basically. After that basically the discussion basically stopped here and he collected the Vadodara land size because problem is here only. So problem is here only in this Vadodara land. So problem is in Vadodara land. So one of the person told that, for example, assume that basically one of the king basically I will take one example for example assume that basically Ranjit Singh Gaikwad basically is the king of the Vadodara city. He basically has done set of activity basically, so his replica basically also basically was there in that planet basically. Whatever thing basically he has done there basically, that exactly basically this Ranjit Singh Gaikwad basically Maharaja has done that. So that was also a question basically. And Sayajirao Gaikwad and his next generation. So whatever basically they are doing, that is already done in that planet basically. Because this is actually question basically. Because there they have died also basically at this particular time. They have died there also. Basically. After that only basically the energy has shifted. So one of the person told that, "Matlab, this is basically really or basically this is just somebody has told some story and then basically you have dumped their story in front of the video basically." One of the person told that if you want to track this basically, you can track like this. For example, one person basically got computer idea. He created computer. So from where that idea basically came, when you will track that basically, you will reach to that planet basically. You will 100% reach to that planet. But for that basically you should have the decoding software of the universe, decoding software of the planets basically. From where these ideas basically are coming. For example, computer is created basically, right, by some group basically. So he has created by some ideas basically. He has created this computer basically from idea. That idea basically is coming from where basically? From which planet basically it is coming? If you will track, for example, one person told that I have the diagram of from where the computer idea basically, computer own idea basically came basically. So he told that basically where is the diagram basically from the where from the universe basically the computer idea basically has came. So in next video, basically, we are going to see little bit more about this topic from where basically the computer own idea came.